Hey, okay. Hello,
Sorry.
everyone, and
Yeah.
welcome to the 40th episode of DevKami. And I am Chileong,
I am Tristan.
and we have Nicholas over here. Say hi,
Yes.
Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm Salusi. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you don't want us to call your real name?
Well,
Or is that
uh,
your twin brother?
nah,
You didn't
it's
know?
just the internet name.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, are we doing internet names now? I'm Parasquid.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I shall talk about it. I will rename the title. Because we don't have swimming, we are gonna do free form. So let's
Freeform.
cover a bit of the events that is going to happen next week. So what do we have? Let me put up.
Alright.
Wow. Okay. There's some heavy rain here.
Hmm?
All right.
No, it's just interference, I think.
Tomorrow we have the AWS meetup over the Grand Kelana Damansara Suites. So I suppose this is the AWS meetups tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So, and on Saturday and Sunday, we have Angular, NGMI, which is the Angular conference, 2 days event from Saturday to Sunday. Check it
Yeah.
out over at Sunway University. I think the ticket is sold out by now.
Yeah, but if you
But
want tickets, you can
yeah,
get one from me.
yeah, you can get it from Nickers for with
Yeah, a cheaper ticket,
yeah friendship price.
Yeah, friendship
And
price.
if you miss it, don't worry. And on Monday we have a KYJS removal code and Junior Dev Special Edition, which is gonna be at Microsoft Malaysia over at KL Central, and it is about the sort of like the summary and what happened during the previous 2 days NG's My conference. So wow,
Yeah, quite a few
it's a
speakers.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a pretty busy week. And on
Mm.
Tuesday we have Firebase meetup
Yeah.
over at iTrain. Just check the calendar out. If I'm gonna post the link. And on let me finish the meetup first. On Wednesday it's gonna be a Rust meetup. So Rust is over at waste.ai, fast.ai, which is gonna be at the Zenith Corporate Park. Like it's just behind Kelana Jaya.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it for the week. Any
Yeah.
special mention we want to include as well?
Well, for the Firebase team, the Firebase meetup, the actual Firebase team from the USA will be here. That's what I heard. And
All right. Let me check. Let me do a bit of a sound check. Okay, it's
sorry, I
not
think
you.
the microphone. Maybe I've switched the mic.
Yeah, it is you.
Yeah.
So just probably turn it down or just turn it off when you're not speaking. I don't know. Yeah, it should be fine because it only happens when you're not speaking. So, all right, and have a look over. It's also a pretty busy. It's also a pretty busy week. There's a lot of events happening, like not events like incidents, like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp were downloaded yesterday, and there's Google Cloud networking issue, and also Cloudflare.
Yeah, Cloudflare was a big one. It affected like a lot of websites, including mine.
Yep. I think if it happens, just turn it off. Yeah, but if you are not worried about your IP being visible, then you should just point it to. Just use it directly. Just use it as just a DNS point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what really happened. And what else? What other new stuff do we have? No, I'm not gonna read stuff that Swimming post. And Cytra is having a sale. Apparently, most of the stuff are sold out. because
It's already done.
yeah.
The sale is over,
Too
and
bad.
you can't buy any of the discounted prices anymore.
No, okay. And Lino
They're
announces
really good, though. Some of the items were really nice. Like you can get an 80 tiny, uh, 85 board for 5 ringgit. So I bought three.
yeah,
I don't know
what?
what to use them for, but I got them anyway. They're really
Dude,
cheap now.
you need help.
They're 20 ringgit. They're like 26 ringgit now. They're 5 ringgit. So I bought
It's
one
like
before 26.
it's
Now
actually
they're five. I bought three. It's like
it's actually worse than Steam nowadays, I suppose.
yeah. No, I feel that Citron is going to be changing the things that they're selling. So
Okay.
you just let go of all of their
All right.
electrolytic connectors, ICs. They're like give they're it's almost a giveaway. And I think they will be focusing more on uh, not on the component side, but more on the electronic pre-built stuff like microbit, Raspberry Pi. I'm not sure, and maybe on their custom board manufacturing as well. Probably the
Yeah,
margins are
probably.
low for
Yeah.
component.
It'll
Probably.
be interesting.
Yeah. By the way, sorry if I have my video turned off, but I have a very bad internet here, so I didn't want
Okay.
to
It's fine.
show
Your
up.
audio is actually pretty good.
Yeah. Is
So
it
how
better
about you,
than-
Nicholas? Do you play with hardwares?
Well, not really at the moment. Although Tristan's session about Esprino was really interesting and actually got me interested again in probably playing with hardware. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys about the topic today, unless we want to talk about something weird.
No, we want to hear Chiliong talk about your recuperation.
No, it's not recuperation. It's like how. Okay, I'm gonna use it as a topic then.
Okay.
And we have swimming over at the chat. Yeah, finally, because swimming is taking its break, and supposedly Tristan as well. Yeah.
I'm actually in Manila right now.
Yeah.
I brought over some hardware stuff so that I can like play around with it. But yeah, so I'm not going to be.
Come on, take a break, man.
Yeah.
You could.
This is how I take a break.
Okay. Yeah, and that is what I want to talk about. Like, what is recuperation for you? I mean, as in, some people put it as in relax, or also some people call it recharge. Like for swimming, I'm not sure what swimming is doing to recuperate. Donaldson over chats is saying that he's recuperating. Literally, Donaldson is recuperating. And the way of for Tristan to recuperate is by playing with more stuff, I suppose. Okay. For me, I'm gonna talk about. I'm a very, if I want to say, I'm an very something that an asshole that takes things for granted. So if I have too much of alone time, I'm gonna appreciate like people, company, and stuff. But if I had too much of company time, let's say too much people like care about me and stuff, like I'm gonna think that I need to be alone. So that is actually really weird. So Nicholas, since Nicholas is here, I'm gonna ask you. So what's your mean of recuperate from, let's say, from, I don't know, recharge? I mean, supposedly I should call it recharge.
Yeah.
How do you recharge yourself?
Well, by taking a break and going.
Yeah, what sort of break? Because apparently taking a break means different for everyone.
Yeah, more of taking like a total break from work, like the daily routine, or maybe going out to try something new for a few days or something.
All right.
Yeah.
So, do you think traveling as an, I'm gonna bring up some opinions. Do you think traveling as a relaxing activity?
Well, it can be relaxing if you know how to plan the travel beforehand, because sometimes traveling can be actually stressful as well.
Yeah.
That's the reason why my folks they don't travel by air, because it's such a hassle to travel by air nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same feeling. It's not necessarily like it's the whole package, like the stress of worrying that you miss out certain documentation, not arriving in time to check in certain things,
Yeah, it's not
forgot to
just
bring
that.
this and that.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's all the restrictions
Yeah.
also, and now you
Yeah.
can't even bring water on the plane, and
Yeah, or make sure, man. I mean, making sure that like the kind of checklist we have to do to make sure we board the plane just fine is, I mean, for me, is a lot of hassle.
yeah,
Yep.
so it probably not necessarily be traveling, but might be like maybe just taking a kind of alone
Yeah.
time or something.
Yeah. So for me, it's just knowing which one that I actually need. Uh, if
Right.
I mean, if I need to be alone, then I'm gonna be like alone. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's even though people put it as in a single gauge of let's say your sort of like intro, they put it into one single that polarize you. I mean, you either be an introvert or extrovert, but it's actually a different spectrum. I put it as how much I need to recharge my introvert side and how much I need to recharge my extrovert side. Like, I think for me that is
Okay.
I don't know. It's I'm probably,
Recalibration.
yeah. I mean, I cannot be
Okay.
really totally isolated, but I
Hmm.
can. But being around with people also drain my energy.
Oh yeah, actually.
Yeah, drain, but they also give me energy, like in a way.
Hmm.
But like being too much also, like it's I get really tired. I mean, as in not as in the depressing term, like people, oh, I hate people, I had to go. No, it's actually just like when you are really exhausted, you finish all your energy, like all you want to do after that is go to sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Actually, my company, they have something called duvet days, where it is mainly for mental health. And
Mm.
if like for instance you really don't feel like working on that day, you can actually take a break.
Oh, it's called mental day.
It's a duvet day, DUVET, duvet,
DUVET.
DUVET, as in
Oh, duvet.
yeah,
Is
as
that
in
a person?
it's not a person. It's I think the duvet is named after the thing on the bed that you put
Oh,
the
okay.
duvet.
Okay.
So it's like you want to stay in bed sort
Oh,
of thing.
okay.
Yeah, it's something that I came up with, and it
Yeah.
takes it off the medical
Maybe I
leave.
have to chat because swimming has actually fun. Okay. No. Oh. No fun stuff for swimming. Oh, come on, man.
Right. Which chat?
Yeah,
Okay.
the YouTube chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think a lot of us agrees that traveling is exhausting. Is
Mm.
yeah. I'm not gonna go there anymore. And about what recharge? Yeah, actually, it's actually pretty much. I thought I can actually cover this alone, because previously I'm gonna talk about other things, and I have my hair pops up, and
What were you supposed to talk
Yeah.
about?
I don't know. I'm supposed to talk
Piano.
because I thought that I had it planned, because normally we had swimming to elaborate everything or goes really off topic for us. I'm gonna supposed to talk about the monologue. Previously I was planning to do a monologue, but not about this topic, but I even
You
forgot
have
about
time
it.
for your monologue, right?
Yeah, because so many people are messaging me right now. I don't know like whether they are intentional.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Recuperation, like also like how to get. Yeah, it's getting back to the right energy is actually tough.
Hmm.
Like it is something that I thought that I had a week-long break for Raya, and I think because I slept enough that when I came back, I actually able to wake up really early. I need to admit this fact that I actually always arrive to the office really late. So for the first few weeks, I think I actually arrived pretty early because I actually woke up very early without feeling tired. But I think partly also back at home I was doing nothing beside doing a bit of reading. Then the rest of the time is just going bed early and not doing a lot of what do you call distractions, like I didn't even go to the internet that much. And coming back, I actually am able to even though I might not be sleeping early, but I can wake up really early, but still feel energetic. And after a few sort of that is why I have to bring out the routine. I'm all over the place right now. That after a certain like I'm not saying it's a issue, but like meetups and stuff that actually in a way change my daily routine. My sleeping schedule is like becoming more chaotic again. Like back to like wake up. I can't even wake up nicely and stuff. So I think it's a routine is actually getting more important for me right now. But it's it's our life. It's usual as a productive person in the society. We tend to have things that supposedly we should be flexible enough to have our routine disturbed once a while. But I don't know. It's for me recuperation is actually just it's not recuperation, like the recharging part is about in a way like the hermit way of life, like not really isolated, but more like sticking as much as possible, sticking strictly to the schedule. So, yep, which is something that I discovered pretty much recently. And even a wrong meal, like let's say I don't normally consume this much of a let's say sugar. If I had it too much this time, it also like change my it gonna be like cascaded over like my whole day. So my energy level will be really bad, or even my posture sometimes. So it's I think I should rename the title to I don't know, maintaining energy level. What should you think? I don't know. How do you maintain your? How do you feel like? Well, I mean, to be honest, I think everyone should have this sort of issue. Right? I admire people that have unlimited sort of energy to do things.
I think it's easy to recover. You just drink a mana flask, right?
Yeah.
Never plus.
I think you need more mana flask, and then
Yeah. I wish there is
that.
something called is something like a man up that I can
Mhm.
just consume and what technically they are something that you can consume to make it work, but it actually mess you up for in the long run. So
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that. so,
Oh,
so
so
what?
is that like a borrowing of future time?
Yeah, it's like coffee.
Mm.
Borrowing of future time.
Yeah, it's like coffee. Yeah. You can get like sort of a jolt in the daytime, like when you want to work, but you mess you up, like especially on sleep schedule. And also if
Yeah.
for people that take like in a more serious note, people that take certain medication like what they call those uh, smart drugs or energy and stuff, they get you hooked.
Mm.
And of course, in the beginning, you because you don't have a resistance to it yet, you still work. But once you develop resistance, you actually getting less,
Mm.
but you still drain you up. I mean the I call it the shit. I forgot the word for it. Yeah, after the pills wears off, you still drain you worse. The worst one is actually get you hooked into
So
that.
the withdrawal, you mean?
Yeah, it's not withdrawal, like like um after the effect wears off. not referral.
No,
I
the
think it's not
refractory
referral.
period.
Yeah.
Refractory period.
Yeah. Is
No?
that the word for? I have no idea.
I
Okay.
have no idea. Too. I think it's
Refractory. Okay.
Refractory period.
Refractory. Okay, I learned a new word.
Period when
and kumain power.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Refractory.
Tolerance. No, it's not tolerance. Come on, swimming. You're not supposed to be on. So okay, let me read the chat a bit. You're gonna be all over the place for this episode. It's good as a practice for me. And Teresa is trying to tempt me to play Path of Exile because the build that I've been playing is apparently very powerful this season.
yeah, this season
Okay.
a lot of people are using the Trickster, the one that you were telling me about.
Yeah, the one that I've been playing.
The one that you've been playing because it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes games is a way to recover energy just because
Yeah.
there is like immediate feedback
Yeah.
and whatever you're doing does not translate to something immediate in the real world. Like for example, because if you're doing a job, right? If you're working on something, it's translated to dollars. Where
I think it's sometimes my issue is I had an issue that origins from myself. I should actually name this episode as what do you call it? Shit, there's a word for it. What do you call it again? The Chilean's introspection into stress.
yeah.
Yeah. My problem with I'm a very obsessive person. So if I'm into it, I'll into it like crazy. Same as I think the same goes with work. So yeah, it's
a very focused time.
It's
right?
not really focused. It's like I cannot think if I'm into this, I cannot think of other things besides doing that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess the danger is like if you think if you lose that motivation and inspiration, then you're not going to pay attention to it anymore.
Yep, it's sort of like that. I think it's partly from previous experience. I'm not sure if it's a like traumatic kind of a thing or not, but you'll be the same. Like I'm afraid that if I'm not maintaining this space, I'm gonna lose interest. But it did happen previously, something like that. But it also the problem is it is sort of like so it's a double-edged kind of a situation because being that obsessive also drain me up, which also creates that kind of a traumatic experience to these things. So
do you actually finish whatever it is that you're obsessed about? Like
I'm gonna finish it and like, but not in Path of Exile, of course.
No,
but in the case of like games and stuff, I'm gonna be at least like performing at least in the top perfect percentile. Like I'm gonna be really good, sort of really good at it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. So it's not hyper competitive. It's just that I'm not. I cannot say I'm naturally born to be really, absorbent. Yeah. Not like anything that I see, I will remember. It's just that if I'm into certain things, I'll keep doing it. It's a brute force way, until it become natural.
Persistent.
Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah, but I'm actually I can say I'm no longer similar to that, but I'm just stating up some of the issues that I had, so that I'm not sure if people resonate. There's some resonance amongst other people, but I find it that it's actually that kind situation also created created the kind of sort of like punishment feeling, which I call it the trauma experience, because it's the what you call it, the journey to that is so like so painful. I went through it, but the kind of pain that you accumulated over the time also stop your future self from going into that again. So yeah. This is actually getting more managed nowadays. Yeah. No, swimming is not Stockholm syndrome. There must be a name for it, but I think sort of because I've seen this issue with quite a lot of people, and one of the things like why I'm talking about this is this is actually I'm gonna be more vocal with a lot more people, like not actually vocal. It's like I'm gonna talk about like the sort of issue that I had previously, so that more people will find it's actually fine, like, and also like at least you can cope with it, or it's a problem, like, but you can get through it. So as also the reason where originally where we started DevKami, like also like I think I mentioned it before, I'm a very long-winded person, is that so that when we talk about our experience, people, I mean, some people heard it, at least they know that they are not exactly alone. So I mean, so they can like know that it's an issue that can be solved, or know how to seek help.
And that there are other people going through it the same way as they are.
And why time is passing so slowly?
What?
It's I talk so much, and it's 10:30 already.
Yeah, it's 10:33. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's different when swimming is there, like time warps.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm not sure, because some time dilation issue.
No, but it's true that whenever people are talking about their experiences, then yeah, when it's very powerful when you hear someone talk about their story and you can relate to that story because you feel that you're not alone, that someone else is going through the same issues, the same experiences. You don't have to say, "Oh, I have the same experience as you are."
Yeah.
But like just hearing about it is like it works wonders. Like for example, I just talk about again the Bell's palsy that I had. What really worked for me was like all of these stories of people progressing, like doing their vlogs from day 1 to day 21 or something like that. It doesn't have to be every day, but some of them are doing it every week, and you can see that, oh, okay, I'm tracking the same recovery, and I know that, oh yeah, in day 14 there's still no visual improvement, and I can relate to the same feelings, right? And oh, day 21 people are already able to move and there's already like on the road to recovery, and it's the same thing. So having the shared experience allows me to like know, like it's like peering into the future, although it's not my future, but because other people have experienced it, it's probable that I will experience the same future as they did. And so I guess that's how it works for me.
Yep. Do you have anything to add, Nicholas?
I don't think so. Actually, I quite agree with most of the points that you put forward. It is good to be vocal. It's good to voice out and probably like relate to other people that are having the same or similar issue, and probably someone will help you along the way as well. And actually, also, like I'm trying to build this anti-suicide or suicide counseling bot that was inspired by a Flash applet long time ago called Cyber Mike. So it is a chat bot, but I'm very glad that there are other people doing similar things as well. So yeah, things like that software that.
And I'm not sure how real that is, but the one that I read online, because nowadays we sort of read all sort of shit online. The stuff that I read online about suicide, especially in the emergency room, is that they always pack some snacks and giving the person who is there a name for people who's gonna suicide the person some
Victim.
yeah that would probably the giving that person is something to eat actually ease their suicidal thoughts. I'm not sure how well researched of that is, but that is a very common thing that people tell when it involves like suicide prevention. Sort of like why people stress eat. Also, I think.
I don't know. Maybe there's some science behind it, like where it makes your brain focus more. So, for example,
Yeah.
they say that when you're driving long haul,
Yeah.
you should like chew gum because the act of chewing causes your brain to be awake because you
Okay.
can't like eat while you're sleeping, right? So for
Yeah.
some reason
It
they're
doesn't work. It doesn't work on me though. I think because
Yeah,
probably
it's
I'm
quite
a
a lot.
you can look at my the what you call it the rich jaw muscle that I have is that I used to like to chew gum. I think so that sort of a built tolerance for me.
so it's a built-in tolerance already.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe there is something about food, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think.
like again, the shared experience of taking food together, right? That's
Yeah.
why they say families should always have dinner
Yeah.
together on
Yeah.
special occasions. All of
I
these
think that is
things.
one of the very important things that people should. I mean, one of the most important thing. I mean, for me, for a children's upbringing, the most important thing is to appreciate and also, I mean, appreciate food and also share food. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry. You can.
yeah, true,
You want to
true.
continue, Tristan? Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
It's maybe that sharing food.
Yeah.
It's really something that even long ago our ancestors have been
Yeah.
doing, like people around the campfire
Yeah.
sharing food, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how human beings as a
Yeah.
species survived, is because we cooperate with each other.
Yeah. But
Instead of like even like wolves, for example, they hunt in packs, they're not
yeah,
alone. It's like it's same with the human beings.
that's what makes us social. I think.
Exactly, yeah, that
Yeah.
we are social. uh
It
we
doesn't
are
mean that like also also means that we are taking care of each others, like regardless of whether you hunt or not, something like that.
Mhm. I don't know. So maybe it's actually a special case, like where people who don't care about other people and are just selfish.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe that kind of behavior is aberrant and they just die out, because that's not like looking at the history of humankind, all the laws, everything. It's always motivated towards people cooperating with each other.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain air of cooperation around each
Yeah.
other. Like don't destroy other people's property, don't kill each other, etc. All of these
Yeah.
like social norms, right? And
That is also that is also a topic that we brought up a few days ago about where even though it looks like what call it I mean individual work, but it's actually built upon previous research or others people's work. So
Mhm.
nothing is really like nothing is actually came up by, I mean, by single individual. It's like basically we're what call it, there's actually a phrase for it. What of giant? We're actually stepping on a I don't know something like
Shoulders of the
that.
lion.
Yeah, I forgot. I have issue when I get on a show I forgot about words.
What are you talking about? Standing on the shoulders of
Yeah,
giants?
something like that, I suppose, or footstep of following. I mean,
Following your
I mean,
footsteps.
basically, like trails are actually just footstep of previous people.
Ah, so yeah, so it's like someone has already cleared
Yeah,
the trail, and so
Yeah.
it's easier to walk
Oh,
Yeah.
on it.
trailblazers, yeah, or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Sociopathic is actually not alone. Sociopathic actually is that people who know how to abuse this kind of social behavior, like they know how to influence people, they know how to bend people to their view. It's actually not necessarily alone. Sociopath needs the society to function. I mean, this is one of the the comment from Swimming. He said sociopathic behavior, not true. Look at Wall Street. No.
Mhm.
No, I disagree.
Yeah, well, they might.
Sociopath, if it's like, let's say, if there's no people around, like sociopathic, the sociopath will die out because nobody is gonna help him do what he wants.
Right.
I mean, for me, I'm not a psychology expert, but that's my interpretation.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, anything you guys want to argue with me?
Yeah, so it's like a virus, and it needs a host
Yeah,
in
isn't it a
order
host?
to
Yeah,
survive.
Mm.
And like it, and we still, as a society, consider sociopathic behavior as an abnormality, right?
yeah,
Because it's not something normal. We tolerate it, I guess, as a society, as a culture. We know it exists. We know, and we tolerate it, but we don't encourage it. And I think that's the differentiating
yeah,
factor over there. Like let's say people who have leprosy. Okay, yeah, sure, you have leprosy. It's not like the olden days where you're cast out of the city to die, but you will be taken care of. But we know that this is not a normal state of health,
yeah,
and maybe uh, try some medication to cure it.
yeah,
But then I think that the way
Yeah.
that at least history has shaped us, or the environment has shaped us, is that we need, like, we need to be social. We need cooperation among people
yeah,
in order to survive.
yeah.
I don't know why we got into this topic.
I have
I
no
think we're
idea.
True.
finally
True.
streaming, and we just like meandered into here.
Yeah. Why we end up with sort of bad?
Yeah, we segued quite a lot in
Yeah, that's the point of it. We actually
one
improve.
deep rabbit hole.
We actually
Mhm.
segue without swimming.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Also not true.
Yeah.
In some place, swimming might as well you get in okay to step on other people to survive, which is why there is leper colony. Yeah. But at least people are still trying to look for help for them, how to figure out the cure. And at least they are actually, at least within the leper colony, they are helping themselves. So, yep, it might be.
Mm.
I mean, it's actually very easy to to mix it up with what do you call it, toxicity. Toxicity is not sociopathic.
Hmm.
Toxicity is actually, I think, sort of it's also similar to, it's like a viral thing. If we let it on because of because yeah, because I lived through this certain pain or something like that, so you must as well. So somebody needs to be the one that stop. I mean, that breaks the circle.
Yeah, and besides, in
Yeah.
these circles, people eventually get fed up and they
Yeah,
just leave, right?
yeah, they're gonna form
And
their own new society.
yeah, so which tells me that this situation is temporary.
Yeah,
Again, not belittling the thing, but
yeah,
it's more like because of the span of human life is
yeah.
like very very
We are
short.
not saying about like specific cases. Some cases might be special, but those that we know, I mean, at least.
Yeah, and again, in the span of human life, it's really really short if you
Yeah,
compare it to the like eons, thousands of years. Uh,
Mm.
like like people in 5 years will just leave a toxic culture just because they
yeah,
fed up with the whole thing.
yeah. You're gonna
And
find your new family.
yeah, that's how you know that it's not a normal
Yeah.
issue. Like, unless
Right.
of course you always find yourself in a toxic culture, then
I think
maybe
it's Yeah, I let you finish it.
It has something to do with you choosing to be somewhere. So
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure.
actually find that it's true because I the place that I grew up is totally different from what I am. I mean, it's what I'm having right now. Is that depending how much of if somebody is it depends whether you want to influence. Like I'm lucky because I can influence a bunch of people. Like that I've still a bunch of friends that we can still communicate and we're still being really good to each others. That it's about like uh learning how to just learn the best from each others, but also like communicate. Like there's when but it's we also need to also the culture needs to permit it or the people need to permit it to have intervention when it doesn't. So in the long run, like the culture that amongst the group of friends that I mean the group same group of people, I mean even though from the same place that we are really we ended up pretty much different from the rest of the other groups.
Mm.
So it's about like sort of a it's not about like a small group that does things, but it's about like how much we influence each others and know how to learn the best from each others. So I think that is why like also small in certain ways small circle they they prevails. Yeah.
Mm.
But I think it's um try to be. I mean the way I try at least I try to treat things is that if I know the problem, at least I try to solve it. So that is actually another obsessive thing that I have. Like I set a certain codes for myself that I follow pretty strictly. So instead of complaining, so I'm gonna complain like one or two times, but after that it's like, yeah, it's is that is that how much I can do? Like besides that, so how
So
to
it's
be
like
productive and
complain, and then what can I do about it?
yeah, I mean either I accept the status quo as is because I'm not gonna because I mean staying with complaining is the same as not doing anything, right? So my either I accept the status quo until I know how to fix this. Not that I'm giving up. That's the difference between like when I say like accepting it and also I need to look for a way to solve this. And also I find like a lot of people very useful might not work with everyone, but it actually get me some pretty I mean some friends over the time is that uh a, it's very normal that when we encounter a new person like something like somebody that we are not familiar with, we might be appearing. I'm not sure if it's for all, but sometimes it happened to me that I have a certain hostility against that person, and that person might have it against me, but not necessarily personal. But somebody needs, like I say, like somebody needs to break the vicious circle, like basically to to not care about these things and go through it. Let's say in a work relationship, probably because of certain miscommunication, they think that I'm gonna be their enemy and stuff. But via communication and stuff, like I actually got some really good friends that I still communicate via this like that we started just in a not so in a pretty hostile working relationship, but via all this just breaking the circle like if it's not I mean if the person is still like toxic and stuff, yeah. But what I found out is over the time by being nice to people they cannot stay being hostile to you forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I had a colleague that used to every single time he passed by me, he would say he want to throw punches to me. That become really good friend. That I also like one
Whoa.
his best man in Also because of my certain behavior that I like to taunt people.
Mm.
Yeah.
What do you speaking of like doing something about it? What do you think?
Doing something about it is that make it. I mean, at least for work, make it professional. It's not personal.
Mm.
So and when things break up, like let's say, I mean so sometimes I might be pretty nasty personally, like because I like to troll people. But at work, but I rather uh things that I don't do is I don't like throw blames and try to be supportive to the like whoever that is working with me, something like that.
So do you think that this so-called keyboard warriors are doing something about something that they're complaining about?
I'm not sure. I try not to think about that. As in, people will change. I was a keyboard warrior as well. There's a certain phase like I went through a lot of phases, so sort of like I try not to penalize their past behavior much because
Mhm.
that basically apply because that also means that I have to judge myself for it as well.
Well, you grew
But
out of that phase, right? So maybe
yeah,
they
we
are.
had a phase, yeah. Like
So you
went through
think
like
that
all those
being
like environmentalism rally and stuff, but only about like complaining and complaining and complaining without doing anything.
So you think that being a keyboard warrior is a phase, that there is a certain maturity level to it that you will
Yeah,
eventually
but
outgrow it?
the unfortunate fact is also people will also that might be their final phase as well. They cannot grow up from that.
So that's their final form.
Yeah, but that is also like the. I'm not sure how to solve this. That's why I say a lot of the social issues is actually not solvable by technology. It's by solving. I mean, the culture needs to be solved by, in a way, education. Education, not as in school, but in general, like social kind of behavior. At least, like there's a certain people that got influenced. Then, as it grew, people will be influenced to behave or to be more productive. Sort of. That's what I hope. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they recover. If
Yeah.
they can complain a lot, then they feel better about it, and so it becomes a feedback loop where they complain more
Yep.
and they feel better.
It's not that it's useless. Every action leads to something. But whatever we do actually has a ripple in the society.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
you
Do
know
you
you
think
know
it's
about the you know about the metal stores thing, right?
What is that about?
The metal stores,
I
the
don't know.
movement.
I have no
When
idea what. Yeah, you
now
have to
now restaurants
tell me about that.
now restaurants they actually kind of force you to use the metal stores, and they're
Oh, okay.
banning
the
plastic
straws, the
stores
metal
Yeah,
straws?
yeah,
because drinking straws. Because
yeah,
one person took a picture of a turtle with a straw in his mouth or nose or something like that, and it went viral. I mean,
yeah.
that's what I heard.
Sort of actually, it ripples
Yeah.
gradually.
So that's what happened,
No,
and throughout the whole world, there's
yeah.
all this
But I
movement.
hope, but what I hope is that um similar. It's not about appealing to the mob, but right now it seems like it's there because to appeal to the mob. But of course,
Mm.
I'm glad that they are banning, but they are not coming up with something that is sustainable because people are actually just gonna come up with something to replace it that might not be
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
So
and
the feel good thing about that
Yeah,
is because they're pandering to the mob, and then they have social acceptance, and so they
yeah,
want to do more of this.
yeah. So it's something that probably a lot in a way like I a lot of people I piss off a lot of people is that it's always about finding the right balance.
yes,
It's not that anything is wrong. It's just that you have to find a balance. It's
yeah,
you, I mean there's a certain thing that I mean you if you just like how you just like vitamin C, like there's only that much your body can absorb. The rest is will go in vain. But having deprived your body of vitamin C will give you But scurvy, yeah.
Everything in moderation.
But having more is gonna strain probably your kidney or something like that. So
I
you
thought
just need to find the right
way, right?
No? Yeah, it's gonna be a way, but it's gonna go through certain organ and stuff, right? So I mean, sort of, it's gonna, in a way, to process the waste, it's gonna strain. I mean, not like we're gonna like taking extra pill, we're gonna kill your kidney, but everything has like just like our in CS, everything has space and time complexity. Or in engineering, there's a optimal performance, just like your car.
Yeah.
For future consumption, let's say. So it's actually just finding the right balance. We need to talk about the issues, but we also need to take action. But also at the same time, to the thing about handling it's not necessarily hostile, and that's why the analogy of the olive branch doesn't make sense in this context. But assume everyone that involved, let's say, when you're gonna talk with, let's say, very easily we associate a government agency very negatively. So we assume that people that wants to talk with you over this have a certain level of altruism. I mean, they want this thing to work. But of course, putting in like human, we have a sort of we like to put in interest in certain things, like you have to fulfill their interest as well. I mean, of what is their concern, but not like if somebody is handling us stuff, we're gonna just take it and no question, like everything has a cost. So yeah.
Okay.
So not like you have to be nice to asshole, but try to be nice to people who probably you're gonna work with, at least before you figure out whether they're really hostile or malicious. There are some really nasty malicious people, but most of the time it's just people, they are afraid that you're gonna something. So you don't know. So
if your HR is any good, then they would have filtered away all of those malicious people in the first place.
yeah, I mean, as in, not necessarily in a work relationship, like when you talk with like certain groups and stuff for collaboration and stuff. We try to put this behind our mind first. Assume everybody is innocent and good. Even though, how much harm they can give you anyway. Like if they, like even if you, in a way, it's pretty sad, because like I know like Taiwan, he actually got a few, he actually got beaten quite a few times, but at least you know that that person is no longer reliable, something like that. Sorry for bringing the name.
Well, I like what you said, that you mentioned that everything has a cost, and I guess this is the cost of like dealing with some people. You tend, well, there is the benefit as well, that you know that after being bitten by like really bad, then you know that's how you learn, right? You know that these situations are how it is, and you can in the future try to avoid such bad situations.
But try not to become too cynical or too bitter.
Is that how you fall into like depression and like eventually not like getting all of these too much into your head, and then I'm such a horrible human being, and then I don't deserve all of these anymore?
I don't know. I have a pretty healthy psychology.
Okay.
I just tend to overstress myself for all those obsessive stuff. I'm born. I'm sort of lucky because I can forget about things pretty easily. Like even like people owe me money, like I can just, if I know that. But of course I'm gonna put it this way, like, if they're gonna, I'm not gonna lend you a lot of money, but if you run away with my money, then at least it's a cheap price to know you, know your true identity. So and that can go. I can get rid of that pretty easily. For some people, it's actually will give them nightmare. I actually don't have that much of issue like slipping over these kind of things. But I think that's, I mean, the fortunate part. But at the same time, everything has balance. My downside is that I'm a very obsessive person, but hopefully I'm not uh, having something. At least there's something I like, some downside that I know instead of something that I didn't know.
Yeah.
I think this episode should be called retrospection.
Yeah.
Well, we can call it like introspection and retrospection.
Retro.
Swimming is saying that the internet gives bad advice, and we are on the internet right now. Therefore,
we are the sort of people that are giving advice now. So,
and there's this new person called Amirul Abu who says hello.
Yeah, no, it's not new. I mean, it's not new.
Oh, I haven't seen him in chat. Like just.
No, he appeared in the past.
Yeah, have you met Amir? Since
I don't think I have.
I think he appeared in Ruby as well.
I don't know.
He actually show up in almost every meetup.
Really, this is the thing, and someone mentioned it to me as well that I remember you're talking something, and what I think I told people is that when I'm presenting, I really have very bad stage fright, and so I'm very, very nervous. And so when I'm presenting, I actually just talk to someone I know, like all my attention is just to this person, so that I'm actually just describing it to my friend. And like, for example, like to you or to Tevin, for example, because you're there, and which makes it so that I completely forget about everyone else. So I have really bad memory recall of the event because I was not actually I'm so nervous that I'm just not paying attention.
This is something that is very valuable as well. Like, even it's normal to have stage fright.
Yeah.
It's even though like we are always like show up or present in meetups, we are still having this sort of issues like being nervous and stuff.
Yeah, which is why it's very embarrassing when someone recognizes me and I really don't I really draw a blank on them, and like I'm really sorry, I don't really remember what happened.
Say hi next time, at least.
Yeah, I will say hi to you, Amirul, next time when we meet.
No, or Amirul say hi to Tristan next time.
Yeah,
I think that's about it. Yeah, we made it.
We
made it. Okay.
All right. We will see everyone again next week.
Next week
on Thursday, 10 p.m. Please we are going to be killing our channel.
Have fun for the busy week. Yeah, bye folks.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, like and subscribe because